but still. All right, let's talk to the Detroit Lions quarterback. Jared, as always, thanks for being with us. And I want to start with this. On behalf of Detroit, thank you.
Oh, thank you. No, yeah, it was a fun year, man. We're now we get to go in the playoffs. But yeah, appreciate it.
You're in the moment right now, so it might be kind of hard to do this. But can you reflect on this journey? I know it's not done, and you guys have bigger goals than this. But from the day you were traded to right now, coming to Detroit and taking this team to what for us is unprecedented heights, can you reflect on the journey?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do right now in the midst of it. But yeah, we've come a long way and went through some hard times, obviously there early on, and now a chance to get, we're in the tournament now and we can go, win a Super Bowl if we win these next 4 games. But yeah, it's a good place to be for us. And yeah, it's been a long way from where we started.
You asked for an exit interview with Coach McVay after the trade. How important was that for you, and what were you able to take out of it moving on to the next stage of your career as a Detroit Lion?
Yeah, shoot. It's so long ago now. I don't, the details of the conversation are kind of vague, but it was a good conversation we had. It was a long conversation, and got some questions off my chest. He got some stuff off his, and yeah, it was good.
Well, that's going to be a bit of a storyline. We're going to hear about Stafford coming here, and you're going to hear about going up against McVay. Is this something that is this a thing for you, or is it just another football game, kind of a nameless, faceless opponent?
Yeah, it's so much greater than anything about me and the Rams or Matthew, obviously, in Detroit. It's such a bigger, between both teams. So it's easy to ignore for me. I mean, I'll answer the questions all week. I'll deal with it, as I'm sure they will. But it's about our team, and we've come a long way, like you mentioned, and it's our opportunity now to go make a real run. It'd be selfish of me to try to make it obviously about anything else than that. But I'm excited for our team. We've come a long way, and they're the one that's in our way now, and we got to go out and get a win.
Does your familiarity with the Rams, do you think it helps you at this point prepare, or is being 3 full years removed from that team not really provide any relevant insight at this point?
Their team's so much different now. It really is. There's so much different. There's so much turnover on their roster. I think on defense, obviously Aaron is over there, was with me, and maybe 1 or 2 other guys. But yeah, it's so much different now than it was.
Did Aaron ever hit you like in practice? Did you ever feel
what are we in
a real Aaron Donald hit?
No, he never hit me in practice. No.
No. Okay. Home playoff game, first time in 30 years. You've been there for us. You've been there and done that, though. With these things, is there any difference in preparation than a regular season game when it comes to a playoff game?
No, I don't think so. I think your prep you've done all year and all the stuff that you've kind of put forward to get yourself here is what's important. And we're going to do the same thing this week. Prep the right way. Dan will have us ready to go with our practice schedule and get us ready to go for this week. Yeah, obviously, there's more at stake here. It's win or go home, and we all know that, obviously. And a lot of these guys have played in big games and understand that. But yeah, it'll be really fun, man. I think it's an opportunity for us that doesn't come along all the time. And I think as I get older, you appreciate these opportunities much more, and as your career goes on.
Maybe nothing changes in terms of prep week to week, playoffs or not. But what about your just life outside of the Allen Park headquarters? I mean, do you not watch TV? Do you not listen to your favorite radio hosts? Do you eat differently, or do you sleep differently? Do you deliberately change things up outside of the workplace once you get to the playoffs?
No, to be honest, no, it really doesn't. You may ignore social media a bit more just because it gets a little bit louder, but other than that, no, you don't. You do the same stuff, and I'll be still tuning in, 4 hours a day to you guys, making sure I'm updated on everything. But yeah, besides that, no, nothing changes.
Well, I'm going to try here, Jared, and I know you probably won't say anything because A, it's not your job, and B, you're not on the team medical staff, but all of Detroit is on pins and needles waiting to hear about Sam Laporta and Khalif Raymond. And have you talked to those guys? Do you get the sense that they are going to play when they talk about the playoffs and they talk about the postseason? What can you tell us about your interactions with them?
Yeah, again, I'm not a doctor, and I'm waiting equally as much as everyone else to see what the verdict will be by the end of the week. But I know they're going to try. Yeah, of course they're going to try. And I know Dan has said it. We'll see. We'll see with both of them. I don't know. It's only Tuesday. We're only 2 days away from when they got injured. So as the week goes on, we'll have a better idea.
Next man up for this team has kind of been the mantra really from day one, because you guys have had to deal with all that. The players have answered the bell. Dan Skipper was called into action as a legitimate tight end, not just a tackle reporting is eligible. Can you rate his route running skills and catching ability as a tight end?
He's got good hands. He plays catch with us almost every day, so he's got good hands. His route running can use a lot of work, but that's not something he's ever working on. But yeah, he's got good enough hands where he can catch those short ones, and he turned up the field and tried to run the guy over, which was pretty funny. And but yeah, he just happened to get on that one. It was nothing that was planned. It's just the way that game worked out. Sam was injured. He kind of had to step in that extra tight end role a little bit, and happened to get the ball to him.
You've completed passes to now a tackle and a linebacker in Malcolm Rodriguez. Is Malcolm Rodriguez maybe get some reps at tight end this week?
I don't know. Again, another guy who's got pretty good natural hands for a guy who doesn't catch the ball all the time. But yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
Is there a game or a point in the season or seasons past that you might reference with this team as an example of the right way to go about the business and prepare for a game? Or is there a game that you bring up and say, we can't go back to that, not up in here?
No, there's not a game that I would say we can't go back to. All the games we won this year and the games that we feel like we were right there and could have won, absolutely, you look at those as the way we handle our business and the way we do things. And throughout the course of the game, adversity is going to strike, and how do you respond and how do you overcome, and complementary football, all that stuff goes into this week. It doesn't change in that way. It's still a 60-minute game with 100 yards of field, so it's all the same stuff in that way. But the energy will be ticked up a little bit, the speed will be ticked up a little bit, and it'll be a fun, ruckus environment.
Can you tell us a little bit about, as Gator said earlier, next man up, Brock Wright and James Mitchell, the two tight ends now that more will be expected of from them?
Yeah, both guys are great and had a lot of experience at this point. And James, I thought, did a great job last week stepping in there and filling in his role. And when Brock has been down the last few weeks, he stepped in his role as well. So yeah, both those guys can do some things in their own right, and will help us when they're ready.
Kind of a really cool moment that I'm sure players love to do this and love to see this happen. But Josh Reynolds getting the 600 yards and hitting a bonus. What was being said prior to that last drive to try to get him the yardage to get that bonus? And what was it like for you guys as teammates of his and see that come to fruition?
Yeah, we all knew all week what was at stake, and obviously would have liked to get him a touchdown too. We knew that was at stake as well. But really throughout the whole game, we were trying to get him the ball, and just whatever defense they were running, whatever was happening in the play, we just for whatever reason just couldn't find them. But we were trying, and towards the end of the game there, we were really trying, and threw some balls to him in the end zone that just didn't connect. And then, yeah, there at the end, we needed 25, 30 yards, whatever he needed to get it, and just kept throwing him screens, trying to get him that yardage, and ultimately he did.
One thing I like to say about a Dan Campbell coach team, Jared, is that it feels like there's less nonsense with this group. And maybe I'm just comparing it to Lions teams in the past. And what I mean by that is locker room issues, complaining in the media, off the field stuff. Is that a culture that is created by the coaching staff, or is it more a reflection of the players that were brought in here?
Yeah, I think it's both. I think we have a mature team now, and I think Dan does a good job of not leaving any doubt to what our intent is daily, and who to go to if they have any questions about anything. I think that's the biggest thing is communication. He lets us know if you have an issue, go talk to him, and he's very honest, he's very open, and that usually defeats a lot of those small problems you can come across if that isn't the case. So it's a credit to him and the rest of the coaches of having that mindset and being very open and honest with us.
Love watching the videos after you guys win, coach addressing the team in the locker room, and after you guys won on Sunday, got to see Martha Ford come in there and Sheila Hamp as well. They addressed you guys, showed a lot of gratitude. It was pretty cool, but did it feel awkward at all right after that? you're leading a team and getting them fired up, dropping F-bombs. Were the ladies out of the locker room at that point, or was it still going on?
I think Sheila and Martha are somewhat used to being in the locker room in those environments. I think they aren't too upset about that. I try to watch my language around them, but I think they're fired up as we are, and having them in the locker room is great. And I think what Sheila's done since I've been here and all the stuff that she's been involved in and having her around has been so awesome. And I'll say this: whenever we win, they're obviously in there. You guys see the videos, but they're in there when we lose too, and that's even more important.
Final thing for me: did you watch the national championship game last night?
I did. Yep. Good W.
Thoughts?
Good job, Wolverines.
Wow. All right. I wondered if you were rooting for the old Pac-12 brother there.
I
in Washington.
was split. I was split a little bit because obviously, I'm a local Michigan guy now, so it's hard for me to root against them. But I would have liked to see the Pac-12 in their final year with the national championship. Would have been kind of fun. But no, I was happy either way.
Last question for me. What are you looking forward to the most when it comes to the Sunday night matchup, whether it's the crowd or just getting back into a playoff atmosphere? What is it that you can't wait to see?
Yeah, playoff atmosphere. I mean, for me, it's been 5 years. I played in the playoffs in 2020, but the atmosphere wasn't, obviously like it will be now with the COVID year. So my last time in a real playoff atmosphere was 2018. In the Super Bowl, and prior to that, it was in New Orleans. So yeah, this will be fun, man. It'll be really fun, and I'm excited for our fans. I'm excited for our city. Them getting to experience a home playoff game. A lot of these people for the first time in their lives, and for me, it'll be a lot of fun to be there and to lead us, and hopefully come out with W.
Well, Jared, again, thank you, and as always, we appreciate your time, and we look forward to talking to you next week.
Sounds great, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Jared.
There he is, Jared Goff, quarterback of the Detroit Lions. Our weekly conversation here on 97.1 The Ticket. And Gator, I hope we do get to talk to him next week, right?
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Next,
Looking forward to it.
Previewing another playoff game.
That's right.